Welcome to Cheshire Audio. In this video we've got a Rega Planar 3, which is a 1983 model, so that's a very early RB300 model. So previous to this we had, I have one to hand here, the S-shaped silver R200 arm, which was made by ACOS. So yeah, after 83 you're going to have the Rega's own RB300 tone arm. And in this video I'm just going to basically show you how to set the counterweight, bias, that sort of thing. There we go, I'll just move to a different camera so we can get a better look at it. Right, so this is how to set up your RB300. I've got the counterweight here. Right, make sure everything is set to 0. So we turn the scale here to 0. And we want the little bias adjustment set to 0 as well. This is quite often called anti-skate nowadays. It's not really a true... It isn't really what it does. I mean, it doesn't cure skating or course skating. It's a slightly sideways force for the stylus. It doesn't actually do anything other than that, really. So people trying to cure jumping records by altering the anti-skate, don't do it. It's nothing to do with this at all. It's a bit of an internet myth, really. That. Okay, so obviously the other thing to do here is put everything that down. Take the cover off the stylus because you want the. Basically, you're trying to calibrate this, so you want the stylus to be as in its playing sort of position, really. Okay, so everything's to 0. Now we put the counterweight onto the tone arm and just keep moving that until what we're trying to find is a 0 point. So when you let go of the tone arm, right, we're way too heavy at the back now, so need to keep that moving forward. If I take it far the other way, let go of it. Right, it drops down at the front, so now it's too heavy at the front. What we're trying to do, as everything's set to 0, we're trying to find the point at which everything is 0. So somewhere around here, still too heavy at the back, still too heavy at the back, moving forward. It's getting quite close to that now, so that was slightly heavy still at the front, that's slightly back, I think. Yeah, about right there. There's a little bit of drifting to the side because the bias is a magnet in the Rega arms and it's never quite switched out, so you always get a little bit of drift. Well, I'd say that's fairly well floating now. Actually on the Rega instructions it says float the stylus a millimetre above the record. I've never been able to achieve that, and I think it's actually quite dangerous because no stylus guard on here and it's quite easy to actually take the stylus off, which isn't what you want to do really. So anyway, we're all set to, so everything's set to 0. Put it back in here. Now we want to put 2 grams, about 1.75 grams in this case actually. Turn that to 1.75, so that's put the weight onto the front. So now we've got 1.75 grams on there, because that's calibrated, we know that's right. And the little bias here, we can just turn that to 1.75 as well. Now with bias, the correct way to set it really is to watch the stylus drop onto the record, so as it drops down, and you'll see a deviation left to right as it drops. And you can sort of compensate for that with the bias control. Modern cartridges is actually quite difficult to do that. There's not, they're quite stiff cantilevers nowadays, and you don't tend to see it. So the easy way, because to be fair, it's usually pretty well spot on anyway. It's just to put the same figure on on bias as on the tracking weight, and that is pretty well right most of the time. So, and it's not a crucial figure because the actual, as the record's playing, the actual amount of bias required or whatever it changes as it goes through the record, and it depends what the program is, a few things. So don't get too sort of paranoid about it really. Again, if you look on certain forums, then the bias control cures all really when you read those, which it's just a very subtle force. Right, so now we're set up. We've got 1.75 grams at this end, we've got the tracking weight correct, it's ready to go. Leave it back up in the position. If you're not going to use the turntable, don't forget to put your cover back on, just in case. And that's that set up, ready to go. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, you can ring me at the shop. We can supply any spares you might need or anything at all, even if you want to trade the turntable and buy a new Rega, we sell new Regas too. So, thank you for watching again. I'll see you in a future video.